Hey guys, we got a late break. The 6400, 65, excuse me, 6500 broke, and that that is what the level was this morning on the BSNAG report. It said if 6500 breaks, we'll get that 7 breakout, and that's what happened. We broke the 6500. It rested. We had the 3 point gap between the daily open and close. And so it stayed inside that gap for just a little bit, and then when that gap broke, um, it took off. So how do we measure that? We measure it from the gap between the current open and the prior close. Today that was 3 points. And so our target was 6,500, my daily two. I put the 3 points on it. You can see how it rested here, came back to the support, and then tested it again, and you round up. So 6503.50 or 75 actually doesn't have an option level, right? So you have to round it up to 6500, and that was the break line. And once that broke, it went right into, tried to get to the daily three, but this 1.25, our first tail target, you could see that the dealer algos blocked it right there. 1.25 of the daily 3 R vol. And this is the daily 3 H vol. So it fell short of reaching daily 3 H vol. And we are trying to get new all-time highs, and it just fell a little bit short of reaching target. So we still have a little bit of time left, but they are locking it down pretty solidly right here at the 1.25 R vol. So, but we did get that nice extension, and that's what happens when you break a dealer pin. It came down, forced it up, popped it, and that's why it ran. Once you break a dealer pin, it takes off because they're participating at that point, and they go straight to the next target, which was the 1.25, just under the daily three range. So very good. We got to the daily three R vol and the NQ, and we also got daily three ranges in the SPX, and a little bit more. And we got the daily three in the VIX. So we turned the twos into threes, and that was that. So we've got a lot of air in front of us. We've got all the way up to the 65.50 to 65.60 on the weekly. If we get through the 65.30, and 65.55 really is the target now, and 65.70. So we've got air to trade, and so that'll be fun if we can get through the non-functional report without it breaking down. So far, everything looks good. It was a Goldilocks report really today. I mean, it showed that the jobs were slowing down, but I've got to caution you that jobs numbers are horrible. The prior reports would always be changed, significantly changed, prior issuances. So they've gotten better. I mean, they still update them, but I'm thinking that they're getting a little bit more tight with the reporting, and I'm wondering if that had anything to do with it. Also, they're not bringing on the government workers anymore like they had been, so that had a lot to do with it. the private payrolls, I understand, but for the report tomorrow, um, may have a different. So, but we're not seeing the inflation for the jobs, and the costs came down for the report today. So I think all in all, it was pretty much a Goldilocks report. But we'll see. Um, Hiring should pick up going into Santa Claus, and that's usually what happens. And we still have time to get our correction. Maybe, I mean, it's kind of bizarre to go into September before OPEX and not see a correction. But um, there's still time for that before OPEX. We still have next week. The crude was flat, completely flat today. Gold was flat, and Bitcoin was down a little bit. It sold off to its daily free. Um, all right, or daily free close. Um, sure, I can call them man. I need to add that. That's it for me. So it looks like the market is still trying to get up there, and you can see them. They pinned it right here, 1.2. There, they got it. Tag, tag that daily free. Try to get it. Trying. Yeah, they got it. They got it. Target reach. Daily free. 333. Everybody got the threes. All right. The synergy is there. All right. So that's it for tonight. Like I said, there's plenty of room to run higher in these markets. There's no reason to stop. And that would be kind of exciting. 2025, the year without a pullback, right? That would be awesome. All right. Hope y'all have a nice evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Let me look